Hey there, it's Vans, and this is my review of Iron Man 2. First of all, I thought it was awesome. It really continues all the beats that made the first film great. The plot is really simple. The disgruntled son of a disgruntled employee of Tony Stark's father is seeking revenge on Tony, the son of the father of the guy who wronged his father. Yeah, anyways, it's pretty typical for Iron Man in the comics because 99% of the time he's going to be fighting some variation of a disgruntled employee who uses his tech that he helped invent against Tony, a rival who reverse engineers Stark tech, or someone who just outright steals suit technology. And so 99% of the time Iron Man's gonna be fighting another guy in a suit, and I hate to break it to you, but he's gonna win because he's the Batman of Marvel. He will always have some gadget, something to defeat his enemies, and this did in the film. He did just that. I'm not going to be discussing why Don Cheadle is Jim Rhodes and not Terrence Howard. Uh, but I do have some issues with Don Cheadle. First of all, I love Don Cheadle in everything from Hotel Rwanda to the Ocean 11 movies. I love the guy. He's a great guy. Great actor. I love him and everything he is. His acting in the film was great. I just don't believe Don Cheadle as a military guy. He's about my size, he's my height, and he's a skinny little black guy. And Jim Rhodes was this big burly military guy, big time officer dude in the Air Force, and I just don't buy Don Cheadle as that. And when he's in the suit, when he has the face mask open and you see his face, he looks like a little kid wearing his daddy's best suit, and it's kind of funny. I thought it just really bugged me. War Machine himself was fantastic. He's got more guns than a Punisher, and he's hiding them in even more places the Punisher wouldn't even think about putting them. So he's got lots of guns, shooting bad guys everywhere. The Gatling gun and the little missile launcher that's classic. That's all I wanted to see. I wanted to see War Machine go to town, shooting people all the time. It was great. Another issue that I had with the film is the relationship between Jim Rhodes and Tony Stark. They're supposed to be best friends, and in the film they're very cold to each other. Well, mostly Rhodes to Tony. He's cool, but Jim Rhodes is they're very distant. It's like they were just business acquaintances, but they're supposed to be best friends who've known each other for years and years, and it's just like they're strangers. And that really bugged me. I thought it should have been closer. One minor spoiler is there's a part in the film where the War Machine gets out of control, and Tony Stark just sits there and just chases him. And it doesn't, Tony Stark. He should have admin privileges on every single piece of his equipment. He should be able to just say, Tony Stark, shut down War Machine now. He doesn't even try that. He just chases him for a good part of the film, and he didn't even try to stop him, using remote controls. And that kind of bothered me because he does that in the comics all the time. If something goes out, he'll try that. He has, backup shutdown codes. I mean, I understand that maybe his enemies might have changed the password or whatever, but he didn't even try. So that bugged me. I would think that I should hope that Tony Stark would have been able to, let me just hit the on-star button. We show in the film more of Howard Stark, Tony's dad, and he really came off across to me as a Walt Disney Howard Hughes type, a real futurist who figures out what people want before they know they want it. And that's one of the hallmarks of Iron Man himself, is He's always redefining his suit, building his suit. As not just his suit, but his company, Stark Industries. They make all sorts of equipment and computers and whatnot in the Marvel universe, and he's at the forefront of technology, and I think it helps explain his drive for that comes from. Um, what more do I love about Tony is that he's brilliant to the point of hubris, and it's like in the last film, it bites him in the ass in this one. Um, but I mean, he's that smart. I mean, he's right most of the time, and so that's gonna get into his head. So he's gonna think he's right all the time, and that's where the problems start. The major theme of the film that I picked up on was death and rebirth. Everything that Tony does in this film is to ensure his legacy, the legacy that he wants, that he has in his mind for himself, that he'll leave to the world. The last film was more about self-conflict, about he learned what he wanted to do in life, and in this film, it's about him actually doing it. It's a very, very funny film. Lots of one-liners and witty retorts from Tony Stark, and it's Robert Downey Jr. is perfect. I mean, he plays this asshole. I mean, that's what Tony Stark is. He's an asshole, and he plays him to a T. And that's what I love about Tony Stark. You have a lot more dealing with S.H.I.E.L.D. You see him not just as this little one-off thing that you see at the very end of the movie. S.H.I.E.L.D's actual, they play a part in the film. They're fleshed out a lot more, and I dug that because, they are a big deal in the Marvel Universe. Black Widow is great. She's this James Bondian super spy using Matrix Fu and a lot of cool super science tech to defeat her enemies. So Scarlett Johansson, perfect, and she's not bad on the eyes at all. So, Black Widow is like, I never really liked her in the comics, but I mean, I know that she's an important person in Avengers, and it's really cool to see somebody like that get so much screen time. You must stay after the credits once again. There's a little secret thing at the end. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it is the sneak peek for the next film, and it's not going to be Iron Man 3, so we'll have to wait for Iron Man 3. Probably, who knows, after a couple, 2-3 different movies, and then we'll maybe see Iron Man 3. So Iron Man 2 is great. If you liked Iron Man, the first one, you're going to love this. It might help to see Iron Man before you see Iron Man 2 if you've never seen them. You might be a little confused and lost about who's this guy and who's that guy, but I mean, the movie just expects you to be familiar with the universe. I mean, I like that. They're not playing exposition of going back, all explaining everything. I mean, they do a little bit, but it's not, they don't baby step you through it. So, check out Iron Man 2. I definitely loved it, and you guys should see it. Alright, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.